Yo, it's me, movie night, and I'm back. It's been about a year. I know. Don't worry though. Let me take these out actually. Um, so basically, I want to talk about The Force Awakens. This is the Last Jedi just came out, and I want to say Star Wars is ruined. Disney fucked it. These are Disney movies. These are not Star Wars movies. If you are a Star Wars fan, you like these movies, go fuck yourself because these are not Star Wars movies. So today I'm going to be talking about The Force Awakens instead of The Last Jedi because I don't think everyone's seen it yet. I'm probably going to do that on Monday or something. So it took Luke a whole damn movie to understand lightsaber combat. A whole movie. Then it took him a whole nother movie to not even fully understand the Force. Rey learns this both. Lightsaber combat, Force abilities in this movie. In not even the whole movie. No, it took about a third of the movie to learn both of these tactics. When it took Luke a whole 2 movies, and he didn't even fully accomplish it yet. She can even do the goddamn Jedi mind trick, which we've only ever seen really powerful Jedi like Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, Anakin. They're the only people to use it so far. And Rey does it flawlessly. She has no flaws, not a single one. She flies the Millennium Falcon perfectly. She defeats Kylo Ren perfectly. There's no stakes at all in this damn movie. You will never see Rey at her worst. She is always on top of everything. You will never fear for her because she is at her best this entire damn movie. The best goddamn scene in the movie is when Finn gets his ass kicked by Kylo Ren because there's actual stakes. That is when he is at his worst. That is why that scene is the best scene in the movie. It was also cool to see a non-Force user go up against a person trained in the Force. It actually shows exactly what would happen if Rey and Kylo Ren actually fought, and if this movie didn't give her plot armor. Kylo Ren is a whiny bitch. He always is crying about something. It's always something. He's always just like flipping his shit, and it's kind of annoying. And it reminds me a lot of Hayden Christensen in his performance. He defected from the Jedi Temple, which leads me to like another point. Why are there so many goddamn unanswered questions? Like it tries to trick you into thinking it made you think, but literally like a week later you're like, huh? I wonder why this happened. And that makes you think, oh, this movie is smart. But it's not fucking smart, it's retarded. Where's Luke Skywalker? Who is Snoke? Who are Rey's parents? Who's Kylo Ren? What happened to the rest of the Jedi Temple? Who are the Knights of Ren? These questions don't get answered. So like, why put them in this movie? To like trick you into making you think about the movie later. And being lazy. Because they don't want to answer the questions, they want to make you see the next movie. This movie has no innovation. None. Not a single ounce of it. The first movie changed visual effects. The miniatures were amazing. The sets were amazing. The blue screen work was amazing on those first 3 Star Wars movies. They changed visual effects. The prequels changed visual effects. CGI had only been used on characters. Now they created entire landscapes out of it. It may not look as good as it did before, just know, but that was amazing for its time. Even Rogue One, in the age of CGI, managed to surprise me with its visual effects. They were amazing. The Force Awakens had nothing. This is just standard blockbuster visual effects. The practical effects, they were a nice touch, but they really just didn't add anything. They were just in there to be in there. There are so many unnecessary characters in this movie. General Hux, there's a rivalry between him and Kylo Ren, but it's just like kind of like an anchor on this movie. Captain Phasma doesn't do anything. Finn doesn't do anything. He doesn't even need to be in this movie, and he's supposed to be a main character. Poe disappears for half the movie, comes back, and doesn't do anything again. Finn is annoying. He's not a good character. He overacts. He screams just to make things seem funny. He's also a pussy. He leaves Rey in her time of need. After lying to her, he is a piece of shit. Every Star Wars movie has a space fight. Has an amazing space fight. The Phantom Menace had the trade blockade. Attack of the Clones had that speeder chase in the beginning of the movie and also had Obi-Wan and Jango Fett. Return of the Sith had its opening scene, the Battle of Coruscant. A New Hope had the trench run. Empire Strikes Back had Boba and Han. And Episode 6 had the second Death Star. This movie just takes what A New Hope did and copies and pastes it, and that's our space fight. There is nothing interesting about this space fight. Not a thing. Star Wars has always been about family. In every single movie. The first trilogy, Luke, Han, Leia. In the second trilogy, Obi-Wan and Anakin. Han and Leia broke up. Luke Skywalker left them. Is that what you think? Disney, is that what you think they would do? At the end, they win. Luke Skywalker, the hero of the galaxy, would leave. And that shows they have no respect for our characters. They don't understand what they would do. They don't understand these characters. Luke would never run away. They're trying to replace C-3PO and R2-D2. If you don't think that's disrespect, then you're dumb. They're trying to get rid of them. They added BB-8 and they added K-2SO. C-3PO does nothing in this movie. R2-D2 is even worse. He just wakes up randomly. He isn't even in the movie. He's just sitting there. C-3PO isn't in the movie either. BB-8 does not need to be in this movie. You could literally take R2-D2 and just put them there. He doesn't serve a purpose. I understand why you have to replace Luke and add Rey, but you could just reuse R2-D2 just for us fans. Just to show you actually care about Star Wars. And another thing about disrespect. Where are our traditions? Someone needs to lose a limb. It happens in every Star Wars movie, except this one. Except this one. You could literally just need to watch all the movies again, and you just need to put that there. That is required. That is almost a requirement, as I've got a bad feeling about this. It's just a clear lack of understanding for the franchise. Lightsabers cauterize. They do not cause blood. Except for that one scene in A New Hope. But if you watch any of the other movies, a lightsaber does not cause blood. Jedi and Sith cannot use the Force to control energy. How the hell does Kylo Ren hold that lightsaber bolt with the Force? They cannot. It's pre-established. Jedi and Sith cannot control energy using the Force. And the biggest downfall of this movie is just A New Hope. It really is. They did it for nostalgia, but like imagine rewatching the entire saga. It's literally like I just watched this. I literally just watched this. But we want something different. The prequels were innovative. The original trilogy was innovative. They both did something so outlandish. This movie plays it so safe. You couldn't think of anything else? You couldn't think of your own goddamn storyline? You decided just to take another Star Wars movie? It could have been any other movie. But you literally take out of the same franchise and recreate that entire plot. There's no originality here. There's none. They even went as far as making a third Death Star when George Lucas already messed up and made a second one. And you made a fucking third one. J.J. Abrams can't direct. He's made a terrible Mission Impossible movie. He's made a Super 8, which is basically a copy of Steven Spielberg's E.T. movie. He's made a Star Trek movie, which is a copy of Star Wars. He made another Star Trek movie, which is a copy of the older Star Trek movie, The Wrath of Khan. He has no originality to him. And you hire the most unoriginal director to direct a Star Wars movie. No, let's just look at this as a movie. No Star Wars at all. This is just its own movie. Finn leaves the First Order because he sees his friend die. It's pre-established in some book that these two are friends. So, he sees his friend die. This makes him leave because he sees the First Order doing bad things. Then he literally goes and kills a bunch of other stormtroopers. You set up a character and then you make him do the exact opposite thing that this character would do. The characters write themselves. You need to understand the character that you are writing. You cannot just make them do random stuff. Everything is so convenient. Every single thing is convenient. I know the Force controls everything, but you know how many instances where every single planet they go to, there's somebody that they know there? Poe happens to be on the exact same planet as Rey, a person who's has the Force. Kylo Ren happens to go to that planet too. The map happens to be on Jakku. Finn and Poe happen to crash land there. Finn happens to go to the exact same town that Rey is. BB-8 happens to find Rey. Finn happens to find Rey and BB-8. The Millennium Falcon happens to be on that planet. The Millennium Falcon happens to run into Han Solo. Han Solo happens to take them to the planet where Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber is. This is just shitty writing. They do not find any clever ways to include these people in these stories. They just happen to find things. Everyone just happens to find each other. This is just the worst writing ever. This movie is terrible. On a movie standpoint and on a Star Wars movie standpoint, this movie is fucking awful.